party. We're gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along.
And welcome along to Indiana Sports Beat. Welcome back. Post-Christmas celebration. I hope you guys all had a very Merry Christmas and are ready for a Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Thanks a lot for taking us along wherever you're going, whatever you may be doing. We appreciate you taking Indiana Sports Beat along for the ride. Jim Coyle sitting in with you. Justin Kalen high atop the crew chief's box.
That's right.
Fresh off of Santa's lap. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your holidays?
It was good. It was good. Came and went really fast.
Get any new toys?
All kinds of new toys. You know what? I am 29, and the greatest gift I could have gotten?
A dictionary.
Socks.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you hate socks.
Yeah.
When you get to be my age, it's a blessing. I don't have to go buy socks now all year. Love it.
Been a problem for you for making that purchase?
No, that's just not one of those things you want to go out and buy. Like, I don't want to take an extra trip just to get socks.
Well, don't make an extra trip. You just do it while you're out making another trip.
I don't make other trips. I don't shop.
All right. Welcome back. Hope you had a happy holiday. Hope you got something besides socks in your stocking. A lot of sports going on, then a lot of nothing going on, and we're kind of in the middle of a break. Indiana's off in the midst of an 11-day break till they open up, join Big Ten play on January 3rd at home against Illinois. We had some NFL games Sunday. We've got bowl games coming up, a few basketball games. There's a lot of basketball games on Sunday.
Yeah.
Feel free to hit us up on the text line. We can sure use it today. Not a lot going on. The text line's 812-269-6367. Again, that's 812-269-6367. Stopped two different places to get coffee, both closed. And I'm like, this is the day after Christmas, right? I'm like, I'm not like jacked up on my days again, am I?
I wouldn't imagine. I mean, everyone should be open. I said to you off air.
Two times.
Maybe just open it late.
But why?
Got to get rid of that Christmas hangover.
Well, I get it. That's what I was trying to do.
No coffee for you.
No coffee for me. But a lot of bowl games coming up. We got a lot of bowl games today. Now the bowl season really gets underway. You've got Minnesota Golden Gophers taking on Georgia Tech in the vaunted Quick Lane Bowl. At least I know where that one is in Detroit. It's been around long enough that I've got that one memorized. How about the Cheez-It Bowl? California taking on TCU.
We're going to bet some bowl games later.
Might have to do something, watch them at least. Boston College. Boise State, Temple, and Duke. As you can tell, these are not your A-line bowl games.
No.
Here's a decent one, though. How about Miami of Florida, the Hurricanes, and the Badgers of Wisconsin?
Should be good.
Yeah, a couple 7-5 squads. Miami is a 3-point favorite.
That's today, too?
Yeah. It's this evening at 5 o'clock. Then tonight at 9, Baylor and Vanderbilt in the Texas Bowl. Wisconsin and Miami, that's the Pinstripe Bowl. That's in Yankee Stadium.
No, those are tomorrow.
That is till Thursday. That
Yeah.
is Thursday.
Same with Miami, Wisconsin.
Temple starts tomorrow. Yeah, my bad.
There's
The
only
Boston College, Boise State's alive. There's only 3 games today.
Correct, yeah.
Minnesota, Georgia Tech, California, TCU, Boston College, Boise State. And tomorrow is Temple and Duke, Miami and Wisconsin. Pinstripe Bowls tomorrow. Baylor, Wisconsin, or Baylor, Vanderbilt. West Virginia, Syracuse. Now we're getting into some good stuff. The Camping World Bowl tomorrow. West Virginia, number 16 against 20th ranked Syracuse. Yeah, those are both ranked teams. Then you go to the Alamo Bowl. You got a 24th ranked Iowa State team against 13th ranked Washington State. Wazoo. Captain Crazy, Mike Leach.
This would be must watch TV on Friday.
And then Friday is the Music City Bowl. The Auburn Tigers from the SEC hosting the Purdue Boilermakers. Purdue.
That should be a good game too.
It should be a really good game. I'd put my money on Jeff Brom. And then this Saturday, it really kicks off. Notre Dame, Clemson, Game 1 of the national semifinals. That's at 4 o'clock. 2 undefeated teams. Notre Dame at 12-0, Clemson 13-0 already. How are they 13-0? Conference championship.
Yeah.
Wow, so they have the opportunity to play 15 games.
It's a lot.
15.
Well, since most of their players go to the NFL, just prepping them for the next level.
That's 4 months of football.
Yeah.
Of football games.
Big part of your year.
South Carolina, Virginia. They're playing in the Belk Bowl. That's on Saturday also. Florida, Michigan. SEC and the Big Ten tangle up on Saturday in the Peach Bowl.
Could get ugly for Florida.
Then you got the Arizona Bowl. I love this. You have the Arizona Bowl. Not a team from Arizona. Well, I guess that's just like a tourist thing, maybe. Huh? The Orange Bowl. That's the other national semifinal game. Saturday night at 8. The Sooners and the Crimson Tide. Oklahoma, the only team in the playoffs with a loss.
The one thing I do like about the playoffs is the fact that it gets kicked off before a majority of the other games do. So you get a little slice of the playoffs, then you get all these other bowl games, and then you get the big boy showdown of the playoffs.
Well, it's better than it was when they first started, morons. Do you remember when they had the games?
Mm-mm.
New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
New Year's Eve night.
Yeah.
Not during the day. New Year's Eve night.
Well, we saw that didn't last.
Well, you know why?
I imagine all the people that were griping about it. Maybe they got some sins?
How about the ratings being cut in half?
Well, that's
half.
basically the people talking.
And then it cracked me up when it was pointed out to them immediately that their ratings were cut in half because the morons had it on New Year's Eve. Well, we're pretty much set. We'll take it into advisement and consideration, but I don't see any change forthcoming anytime soon. Boop. Our ratings were cut in half. We better make that change. We've decided that in the best interest, clowns. That must have been something Mark Emmert had to be a part of. Mark Emmert's one of the Muppets from the NCAA. I saw his picture this morning on something I was reading. I can't even stand seeing his picture. I just want to punch him when I see his picture. He's just such an idiot. He's just such a blowhard mouthpiece.
We should get him on the show.
I don't even want to see. Why? I don't want to see him. He's a blowhard. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a great Christmas. Ready for New Year's? Any big New Year's plans?
No.
Me either. I'll probably be sleeping.
New Year's just another day.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping. I saw Kylie yesterday. Very, very happy about that.
Nice. Was wondering.
A Christmas celebration. Christmas celebration. But lots going on this week. The basketball is kind of on a hiatus.
Yeah.
And the basketball news is on a hiatus. Hopefully that's going to give Indiana a chance to get healed up, get some guys back. I know they took advantage of this break coming up, I think, to sit some guys. I think Zach McRoberts, he's had a little flare-up on his back, but that gives him almost 2 solid weeks in between games. But the games are not usually the most stressful part. It's usually practice.
Oh, he didn't play Saturday in that game against Jacksonville, which I said to you after the game, I didn't even realize that McRoberts didn't even play in that game. So that's how well Indiana played. But yeah, you sat
Or
out
is
that
it because
game.
he doesn't make much of an impact? when
Yeah,
he's in
that
the game?
too. But that wasn't the point I wanted to make.
But what's the real impact there?
I mean,
His impact is so minimal that you don't see it, and when he's not there, you don't realize he's not there.
I think
because
also-
the impact is minimal.
I think also quality of opponent. I mean, stood out. I mean, you didn't.
Has nothing to do with the impact of what you're doing. Your impact should be the same no matter who it is.
I don't know if there's a lot of players you could say that about.
Really? So Juwan Morgan didn't have the impact against Jacksonville that he did against.
He hasn't had the same type of impact all year long. He's had some down games where you were kind of like, "Where's Juwan?"
Over the course of multiple games, maybe down by not having a triple double.
Okay, let's take the second one in Indiana history.
I'm just saying, he's
No,
been.
don't get me wrong. I love Juwan. Juwan's great, but I mean, there has been a couple games that not just this year, last year as well, where
That he wasn't the leading scorer.
that he wasn't what you needed him to be.
Really, what game was he not? Did that happen in this year?
I'd have to go back and look.
You certainly would.
I know there's
don't
a-
recall-
I know there's
I
at
don't
least-
recall him disappearing.
I know there's at least one game where I was like, "Where the hell was Juwan?" Had like 8 points. No, I don't know which one it was, but anyways. No, it's going to be good for McRoberts that he got that game off, and then not only just McRoberts, but the other guys as well, because they had the game off. They had 2-3 days to go home, spend time with their family before getting back to practice, and hopefully they're able to get back to practice.
Don't anticipate him having a problem getting
Yeah, I
back
don't
to
either,
practice.
but I mean, we don't know what's going on. I don't know what was going on with McRoberts.
What do you mean? I don't think anything's going on with him, to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Why did you think something was?
He'll be back to practice, and all will be good.
Well, why did you think he wouldn't be? I don't even know where that line came from. Did he disappear?
He'll be back. Don't worry.
Again, I did not anticipate him going
I know.
anywhere.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
But just Indiana needs to get Race Thompson back, for one thing. They need to get Rob Finney back, for another. Not that they have been doing bad without him. A different offense. You see a lot more Devontae Green. That could be good, that could be bad.
Here lately, it's been good.
Here lately it has been. Maybe that's what he needs, is the opportunity to play more, to get with more into the confines of the offense. It's going to be interesting to see the offense being run by... But Devontae's not even really a true point guard. He's kind of been pushed into that role.
Yeah.
And Al Durham's not a point guard, but he's not, I don't know, but pushed into that role, but
He hasn't really been playing a whole lot of point guard.
no, that's what I'm saying. I don't really want to say pushed into that role, but picking up the slack. It's just been like by committee. They're running a lot of three-guard offense with Devontae, Al Durham, and Romeo. Now, see, who's also benefited here of late is Demezy Anderson. Demezy got some quality minutes. He got to put up some shots.
Yeah.
I think he had hit 3 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely benefiting Demezy. He had all but disappeared. I was like, woo. I have to pull out the A.J. Moye line when he said he was... Remember Terry repeating that A.J. was so deep into Mike Davis's doghouse he was getting cable delivered there. That's where I thought Demezy was. He kind of just disappeared. But got some playing time. A lot of everybody got some playing time against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Big blowout win. So they looked good in the win. That was the thing. They looked very good. Offensively, they were efficient. They shot the ball. They have shot the ball lights out this year. We'll have to look up to see if you can find the field goal percentage. But they had been bumping back and forth in the top 5, 6, 7. Last week they shot 65%. Continue to move along in that regard. The 3-point shooting was good. They shot 40% from 3.
On the year, they are shooting 52.9% from field goal and 37% from 3. But still 63.5% from the free throw line, which has got to get better.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
But 53% from the field. Where does that put them?
Last I checked, they were top 5 in the country.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. We got to take a break. Plenty more coming back. Make sure you hit us up on the text line today. That number is 812-269-6367. I think we'll be talking to Matt Weaver in our post-Christmas celebration. Hope you're still opening up presents and having a great day. We'll be back with more after this.
Come on, do the Humpty Hump. Sexy baby, everybody.
This is Jim Coyle. When I'm not on the road covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 on the northeast side of I-65 at Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Bring the team in for that post-win meal in the family dining area or just meet friends for happy hour. Bubba's has bold burgers, hand-tossed pizzas, mouth-watering wings, and a list of select local craft brewers for the coldest beer in town. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Burgers, pizza, beer.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
If you're a homeowner and have storm damage to your roof, you want a hometown contractor you can count on and trust. Brooks Roofing of New Albany has been doing quality work since 2006. Check out their work for yourself at brooksroofingin.com. No job is too big or too small, commercial or residential. Brooks Roofing is probably working in your neighborhood right now. Visit brooksroofingin.com or call 812-868-ROOF. That's 812-868-ROOF. Brooks Roofing, the protection you need when nature strikes.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, you want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you want to get your day off to a good start, then stop at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs. While you're filling your gas tank, you could fill your own tank with a hot breakfast or try one of Billy Joe's daily lunch specials. Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart opens at 5 a.m. and everything is made fresh daily. And if you bring your own mug, coffee is only 50 cents. And Billy Joe's also has free air. The best place to start your day is at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs.
If you want the most comprehensive coverage of the Indiana Hoosiers, you need Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. Join us each Monday through Friday for interviews with the players and playmakers. Weekly guests like Don Fisher, Terry Hutchins, and Chronic Hoosier. We've got live reports from each game. No one gives you better coverage of Indiana athletics. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle is available on iTunes and Google Play. You can follow us on Facebook or at indianasportsbeat.com. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. We don't miss a beat. This hour of Indiana Sports Beat is brought to you by Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. With hand-tossed pizzas, bold burgers, and ice-cold beer. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Pizza, burgers, beer.
Hey, welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat on this post-Christmas extravaganza. Hope your trip to Fanned Out and everything else is going on well. Justin's adding up his presents and putting everything back together. Hopefully you got some good things in the stocking from Santa this year. Hopefully your teams are winning.
That's the most important thing, right? Teams winning?
Yeah, that's always important. Winning. Winning's always good. Not a lot going on right now. Kentucky, Louisville coming up here soon in a few days. I think, what is that, Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Who you got in that one? Oh, you got a big bet on that one.
I do.
Yeah.
Remind me.
Think you gave my brother 20 points in Louisville.
Oh.
At the Center.
Ooh. I thought that was the Indiana game.
I think y'all bet both. You'll have to talk to him.
Holy moly. I would take Louisville to win it outright. If I were picking. Remind me that you never make a bet on a game more than a week out.
Oh, yeah. No,
Never.
You made yours way in advance. Before the season even started, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't turn out well.
Not looking forward to it. But all kinds of things coming up. A lot of bowl games coming up. That's when things get fun.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a weird time right now. This Christmas in the middle of the week, like a couple of places I stopped were still closed. And I'm like, huh? And these are places that are like always open. Like gas stations. Both of them. I'm like, get out of here.
I saw a number of gas stations that were open yesterday.
I did too.
So it's
So that's why all the more shocking that they weren't this morning.
All right.
A little surprising. I wanted to stay home. We've got the 4 teams in the college football playoffs. You've got Alabama playing Oklahoma, Clemson playing Notre Dame. Who do you got? I'm going with Alabama. Man, Alabama and Oklahoma, I think it's going to be a really good game. Looking forward to that. Clemson, Notre Dame. I think Clemson's going to kill them. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think that I don't know if there's anybody that can stop Alabama this year.
No.
I think Oklahoma may be the only team that can. And they don't have a defense worth of crap. It's just they have a pretty damn good offense.
That's the thing with Oklahoma. They can hang with anybody, but
Because they got to outscore you.
Yeah, defensively they're not going to stop you. But they're going to put up a bunch of points offensively. So, yeah, I agree with that they could beat Alabama. But do I see it happening? No.
Why not?
Just not a believer. I'm with you. I think Alabama's the team to beat, much like they are every year.
Daydream believer. It was a big year for Indiana last year. Don't forget Tyra Buss and Amanda Cahill got to hang a banner from winning the NIT last year. That was a pretty cool run at the end of the season.
Yep.
Pretty fun. Little did they know that they were just giving Indiana a little jump start for what they were going to have this year. Now let's see how they do once they get into Big Ten play now.
11-1 heading into it.
Not bad. Better than 1-11.
Sure.
I mean, you're halfway to a 20-win season already.
Yep.
NCAA run?
Perhaps. Those teams at the top, though.
But
Tough
by
to beat.
going 11-0 and not getting ranked, what does that say?
Yeah, maybe not a tournament run. Indiana, you're an NIT team.
Very possible. Men's soccer team had a great 2-year run. Didn't get to hang a banner, unfortunately, but made it to the national finals 2 straight years, losing both times to the national champion. So a great run for them.
Yep.
The basketball program, obviously, kind of back on line with where they should be heading, a direction they should be heading. I think that started once they landed Romeo. The beginning of the dominoes. And now the dominoes continue to fall with in-state recruiting for Archie Miller as he has landed Cathedral's Armand Franklin, Center Grove's Trace Jackson Davis, and waiting to hear from Keon Brooks Jr., who's currently at La Lemure Academy.
They had a big weekend. They upset the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, where were they playing this? Hawaii.
Was it?
I think they were in Hawaii.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, who'd they beat?
Not sure of the name. I'll see if I can't find it.
Thought you did find it when you
No.
were talking about it.
I saw it the other day, but I can't recall who it was.
So this happened the other day?
Saturday, I believe, was when they played.
Because I know that they were heading to Hawaii for a tournament. But, yeah, they play a lot of... Keon Brooks Jr. plays at La Lemure High School, which is an academy up north in LaPorte. So, and they don't get to play in the IHSAA. I mean, they play these teams sometimes, but they're more considered exhibitions. So they have to travel and play a lot.
At the Iolani Classic. Sounds like Hawaii to me. And I think it was Finley Prep that they beat.
Ooh. Finley Prep. That's a good squad.
Yeah. So, good win for them.
You know, there was a time when IU's men's swimming program was far and away the most dominant in the country. They won the last of their 6 national championships in 1973, though. The Hoosiers finished 3rd at the 2018 NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships in Minneapolis. Highest place finish in 43 years. In one of the closer team competitions in years, IU was in contention until the very end. So even the swimming and diving program's back.
Yeah.
The Hoosiers also won the Big Ten title with IU swimming coach Ray Lewis named Big Ten Men's Swimming Coach of the Year. Drew Johansson named Big Ten's Men's Diving Coach of the Year. Ian Finnerty, Big Ten Men's Swimmer of the Year. So back to dominating the Big Ten and doing very well on the national scene in swimming.
That's how it should be.
You know, back in the day, this is where Mark Spitz came from, folks. Yeah. Now you've got Lily King. Did a lot of changes on the baseball field, the 2018 IU baseball season. They had another strong year. Coach Lemonis, who's now down in, is he in Texas? Or
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Chris Lemonis, though, he took the job there at Mississippi State. And then now Coach Mercer is the head of the program.
Mercer.
For IU. And with one of his assistants is Scott Rowland, former Major League Baseball.
We got to get old Scotty on the show.
We will. From Jasper, Indiana. Our buddy Michael Lewis from Jasper, also hanging out in Nebraska. They're looking to have another good season this year on the basketball court. He's an assistant there. You've got A.J. Guyton that's moved on over to he's in Baltimore, I think. Different team. Dane Fife, of course, up in Michigan State. There's someone I'm thinking of that I'm missing right now.
Guyton's at Loyola, Maryland, by the way.
Loyola, Maryland. Okay, that's in Baltimore, right?
Yep.
He was at Northwestern when we spoke to him last season. Look to talk to those guys again. It was cool, though, when he was at Northwestern, we could talk to him before they were playing.
Yep. We can still talk to him before they play.
Still get to do that with Michael Lewis and Dane Fife. And, of course, get A.J. back on. Looking to enjoy talking to A.J. Moyer.
You think Dane Fife takes over Michigan State one day?
Well, I think it's a lot more realistic now than it was a year or two ago. And I think that may be what he's hanging on for now. Because that's not a job that just falls in your lap. And I'm sure he's had discussions with Coach Izzo, and that may have been a discussion. He may have said, look, I've got 3 more years here. You need to hang out 3 more years, and then I'm going to make sure that they do whatever I can to get the job to you.
Yeah. Well, 3 more years, and Fife's been there as an assistant for 10 years. I think he's earned it at that point.
That's like Jeff Capel at Duke.
Yeah.
Is he going to replace Mike Krzyzewski?
Right.
Because he's been an assistant. Now, you got Bobby Hurley out at Arizona State doing a great job. There's going to be a lot of people that want Hurley.
Capel did leave, by the way.
Oh, that's right. He's at, Pitt?
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. He didn't go too far away, though.
No.
He's not out in Arizona. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. You need me to come over? Yeah, I'll be there right now. I'll just drive over. I'll just drive down.
Could still meet up for lunch.
Yeah, he didn't want to get too far away from Durham. Wants to be able to get back there real quick.
That's right.
Because that's going to be a plum job. But will Duke be Duke when Krzyzewski leaves? The school's going to be the same, but I'm not sure.
I mean, you take a guy who's as prominent in the basketball world as Krzyzewski, and who knows? You would think that the recruiting would take a hit, but at the same time, it's still Duke.
Here's the thing. It's still Indiana. Look what happened in Indiana when Bob Knight left.
Very true.
If you don't make the right damn hire.
Very true.
I was just going to say, you want an example. Now, that didn't end smoothly, though, with a transition planned and all that. That was Indiana's proven that they don't do well when under the gun. Forced to make decisions quickly, they don't do well. I'm not sure. Maybe most people wouldn't. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. But at least that's going to be a different type of transition. It'll be a handoff.
Handoffs are good.
Well, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to deal with. Hit us up on the text line. A lot of people, I think, are off work today.
Yeah.
812-269-6367. Let us know what your thoughts are if you're around. Indiana's next game against Illinois coming up on January 3rd as they will get back to Big Ten play. They've got a 2-0 mark right now, which is nice to have, especially this year. Indiana's got a rough schedule coming up after they play Illinois. Is this when they go to Michigan and Maryland right after this game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Yeah, Michigan's on the 6th, I believe, and then Maryland, I want to say, is on the 9th.
So it does not get easy. It gets real fast after the Illinois game. Indiana should probably be 12-2 at that point, 3-0 in the Big Ten.
At Maryland on the 11th. Sorry.
6-11. But yeah, that's going to be a stern test.
Yeah.
You got a lot of other games coming up. This Saturday, you got Louisville and Kentucky, a big game. It'll be fun to watch. A lot of bowl games. I'm looking forward to these bowl games. Have to do some bowl picks. Maybe we'll do that when we come back. We got to take a break now. We got plenty more. I think we'll talk to Matt Weaver later on today. We'll get caught up on now that the recruiting's over, the quick signing periods, early signing periods in the books. We'll put that away as for the rest of the season. All that and more when we come back here on Indiana Sports Beat right after this.
Jump around, jump around, jump up and get down.
This is Jim Coyle. When I'm not on the road covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 on the northeast side of I-65 at Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Bring the team in for that post-win meal in the family dining area or just meet friends for happy hour. Bubba's has bold burgers, hand-tossed pizzas, mouth-watering wings, and a list of select local craft brewers for the coldest beer in town. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Burgers, pizza, beer.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
If you're a homeowner and have storm damage to your roof, you want a hometown contractor you can count on and trust. Brooks Roofing of New Albany has been doing quality work since 2006. Check out their work for yourself at brooksroofingin.com. No job is too big or too small, commercial or residential. Brooks Roofing is probably working in your neighborhood right now. Visit brooksroofingin.com or call 812-868-ROOF. That's 812-868-ROOF. Brooks Roofing, the protection you need when nature strikes.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, you want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you want to get your day off to a good start, then stop at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs. While you're filling your gas tank, you could fill your own tank with a hot breakfast or try one of Billy Joe's daily lunch special. Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart opens at 5 a.m. and everything is made fresh daily. And if you bring your own mug, coffee is only 50 cents. And Billy Joe's also has free air. The best place to start your day is at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs.
If you want the most comprehensive coverage of the Indiana Hoosiers, you need Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. Join us each Monday through Friday for interviews with the players and playmakers. Weekly guests like Don Fisher, Terry Hutchins, and Chronic Hoosier. We've got live reports from each game. No one gives you better coverage of Indiana athletics. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle is available on iTunes and Google Play. You can follow us on Facebook or at indianasportsbeat.com. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. We don't miss a beat.
Come on.
Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat here on this post-Christmas tryptophan out extravaganza. Jim Coyle sitting in with you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks a lot for taking us along wherever you're going, whatever you may be doing.
You eat turkey for Christmas?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Do you normally?
Not necessarily, no. I just thought I'd say it. You think of holidays, tryptophan.
Oh, see, that was the second time you said it, so that's why I figured I'd ask. Because we do the ham thing for Christmas.
Yeah, no, there was, I think, most people have all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's a set thing for, man, as long as you got the stuff, not stuffing, but mashed potatoes, the green beans, the macaroni and cheese. Give me the staples, the green bean casserole. You got to have green bean casserole.
Absolutely.
Got to have it. I mean, I could eat that right now.
6:45 in the morning.
Any time of day. My stomach has no clock. But, no, it's just whatever. Just a good home-cooked meal.
That's what it's about.
You betcha. You could eat one right now. Mashed potatoes, corn, green bean casserole. Got to have those three things. I mean, on the meat, you can kind of go. There's a lot of ways you can go.
Yeah.
Prime rib.
Prime rib?
I mean, I think that's what Kylie and them had yesterday.
Sheesh.
Well, it's just a hunk of meat.
Good hunk of meat.
Well, yeah. I think a lot of people use the smoker. It's a great day to do some experimenting. I don't do much experimenting. Not when it comes to that.
I don't know if Christmas Day is the day to experiment.
No, it would not be a good idea.
Maybe you want to experiment before.
The bowl, we got a couple of games coming up today on the football, on the gridiron. Not a lot, but I think there are 3 bowl games today. The first of which doesn't start until 5 o'clock.
No, 1:30.
Oh, they got these in stupid order.
Yeah, I don't know why yours isn't in the right order.
I don't
yeah,
either.
First game's at 1:30.
Boston College and Boise State.
Yep. What are you liking there?
I'm never going against Boise State, ever. The Broncos. I'm going with Boise State.
Yeah, Boise's favored by 2.5. Oh, man. I think I've got to go Boise, too. I don't think I can go against you on that one.
Well, that's not fun.
Give me somebody better in Boston College, and I might bet on it.
Sorry, you didn't have anybody left. I picked first. That's all you had left. Minnesota and Georgia Tech. I'll let you pick first. Georgia Tech 7-5.
I'm kind of liking Minnesota, but I don't know that they're going to be able to stop that triple option. So for that reason, I'll go Georgia Tech.
Okay, I'll take Minnesota.
Georgia Tech favored by 6, by the way.
Well, I gave you one there. And then the tiebreaker, TCU and California. the Golden Bears in the Cheez-It Bowl.
California favored by 1.
Oh, man, we got to flip a coin. Who gets to...
Oh, no, I'll just let you pick first. I'll take the other.
All right, I'll take TCU.
Deal. Giving me the favorite. Let's go Bears. Unfortunately, though, that game's at 9 o'clock tonight, so I won't be awake to see it.
No, but you can bring in my sausage sandwich tomorrow for winning.
If there's a gas station that's open.
There will be tomorrow.
That's what I thought for today.
There will be tomorrow. What do you think is going to happen in the national semifinal game between Alabama and Oklahoma? You got Tua, who did not win the Heisman, against Kyler Murray, who did win the Heisman. Man, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a better game than people think it's going to be.
I think, honestly, both of them probably will be.
I do, too. But I'm not expecting much out of Notre Dame, I got to tell you.
You haven't been a believer of them all year.
I haven't. And they're playing Clemson, who I don't like either, because they played in a weak-ass conference all year. I mean, yeah, they're undefeated, but they played in a weak conference.
Yeah.
They ought to be undefeated. Hell, they played a weaker schedule than Notre Dame did.
That's hard to do.
I'd wonder. I'd be curious on what their strength of schedule was. Because both of those are suspect to me. I mean, look at Clemson. You skate through a weak-ass conference all year long. And I'm not saying they're not a good team, but they didn't play anybody. My God.
Yeah.
How about you like to be in the Big Ten East? SEC West.
Do they go unscathed in either of those?
Clemson?
Yeah.
No. That's the whole point. Could they? Yeah, they could, though. They could. I'm not saying they couldn't. We would know for sure how good they are. And we'll certainly find out. As they'll take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Oklahoma, is that the strength of schedule you wanted to know?
Well, just all of them.
Oklahoma's at 14. Clemson's at 13.
How in the hell is Clemson at 13?
And they've got Alabama listed as second in terms of strength
But how
of
is
schedule.
Clemson at 13? My God. They played in the ACC.
Yeah.
Weakest conference in college football this year.
They've got Notre Dame at 25.
So where are teams that play in the Big Ten? Hell, Indiana ought to be higher than that.
And Michigan's the first one at 6 in terms of strength of schedule. Then you got Ohio
Where's
State.
All right, where's Indiana? Just out of curiosity.
All right.
And I asked that only because I know Indiana plays Penn State,
36.
Michigan State. Now, okay, explain this to me. Indiana played Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State, Purdue, another bowl team. Who else? Iowa. There's 6 bowl teams. There's 6 bowl teams. I know good and damn well that Clemson did not play 6 bowl teams because there's not 6 bowl teams out of the ACC.
Is there even 4?
So how in the hell they have the 13th strength? They're number 13 on strength of schedule? There's no way.
I'm looking at another one. I didn't trust
There's
that
no
one.
way because they don't play anybody. They didn't play a 13 to be 13th.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy. What's that?
Man, this next one I found is complicated.
A metrics measure?
Strength of schedule measure.
Oh.
All right, so this one, here's another one. This one has Indiana at number 7. Still has Notre Dame at number 4, though. Which I don't understand at all. Yeah, they played Stanford. That's about it.
See, Again.
This does have Michigan at number 1. This one makes more sense. So you got Michigan at number 1, Nebraska at number 2, then Rutgers number 3. That makes sense.
I don't understand how the Big Ten East teams are not higher than any Big Ten West team.
They are. Michigan, Nebraska.
Nebraska's number 2.
Yeah, Michigan's number 1 though.
But you've got what happened to Ohio State. Where are they? Where's Penn State? Where's Michigan State?
Ohio State's 15, Michigan State's 20, Penn State's 25.
Okay, all those are lower than Nebraska, who is in the Big Ten West. Yeah, that does not make sense.
You got to think about it in terms of with the Ohio States and the Michigans and the Penn States. They're playing Indiana. They're playing Rutgers. They're playing Purdue.
They're playing Michigan. They're playing Michigan State.
Right. They're
playing Penn State.
Right,
they play. Wait a minute. They out of conference. Who did they play? They played a big game out of conference too.
Yeah.
TCU or somebody. So no, I'm not forgetting. I'm forgetting these that I know are ranked teams that they're playing.
But when you are in Indiana or Rutgers, I mean you're playing. You get to play all of them.
I'll go back to Clemson. They played Louisville.
Yeah.
They played Florida State.
Let's find Clemson on this. I mean, I'm down to 50. I haven't seen them yet. They're at 63. So
there you go.
Yeah.
63rd worst schedule in the country gets you in the national championship.
And this one actually has Alabama at 57.
It's probably more along the lines of the truth.
Yeah.
Schedule right, boys. You got to schedule right.
Yeah.
But when you're a better team, you can do it. It's a lot easier to schedule right.
Sure.
A lot easier to do that when you are the man that's being chased.
Did you hear UCF and Florida are in talks for a series?
That would be brave, very brave of Florida.
And very beneficial to UCF.
Yeah, but it's a little late.
Yeah. Well, they could still have some undefeated runs in them.
Usually you don't have that run again. But, yeah, that would be cool.
At least it gives them a shot to knock off Power 5 school, and they've got that to use as leverage.
I'm sure that Florida's looking at them going, yeah, they got their good runs out of the way. We're gonna be the hero. We're gonna come in, be the hero, sign them up, say, oh, it's right, we took them on. We did what y'all wouldn't do. We took Central Florida on our schedule. And started beating the crap out of them because their coach left. Scott Frost is in Nebraska. They lost their quarterback, their best defensive player last year.
They're still okay.
Yeah, we'll see. That's cool, though, that Florida's doing that.
At least it gives them a shot.
Well, then you got things like the ACC and the SEC only play 8 conference games out of the 12 that are scheduled each year. The Big Ten requires you to play 9. That means you're playing 2 games out of league, out of your division. You play all your division games. There's 7 teams in each division, which gives you 6.
They gotta even that up, right?
It would make sense. I know the Big Ten coaches, which are like that. I mean, coaches, teams like Indiana, Maryland, those are the teams that get screwed because you've got teams in the SEC and the ACC that are going to be playing in a bowl game this year that suck, that just suck, especially the teams out of the ACC. Suck. If you got a 6-6 team in the ACC, you suck. Worst conference in football this year. And if you're 500 in that conference, yeah, I would take the Pac-12 over the ACC, yes. Pac-12's got Washington State.
That's true.
Stanford.
Yeah, more at the top.
ACC's got nothing. Nada. You got Clemson, 63rd strength of schedule in the country. That's what they got. That's their best team. It's got the 63rd ranked schedule in the country.
But they're undefeated.
Well, they ought to be. They ought to be. Kidding me? Better go undefeated.
I mean, we look at it in terms of this. I don't know that Clemson has a chance.
But for a team like Indiana, that's huge. If they were playing, especially, okay, if the Big Ten is not going to realign divisions, they have to go back to 8 conference games. You're killing teams like Indiana, Maryland. Both of those teams would have been bowl teams this year because they would have gone out and if they'd have had that extra non-conference game, that basically gives you 4 wins.
Sure.
You're 2 wins from a bowl game. So every one of those ACC teams, SEC teams, they should be 2 wins from a bowl game automatically every year. And it puts the Big Ten at a huge disadvantage.
Indiana could be bowling this year.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily it should be that way as opposed to the other teams doing the same, also playing 9 conference games. You get, I don't know, you probably get better play from the guaranteed non-conference games because you're forcing teams to play conference teams as opposed to going up and picking up some riffraff. I mean, you want to see
better football.
Yeah, but because they're going to be playing Samford, not Stanford, but Samford.
With an M.
Exactly. Or Rice or someone like that. We got to take a break. We got plenty more coming back. Stay with us. Hope you're having a great post-Christmas celebration. Jim Coyle will be back with more Indiana Sports Beat right after this.
Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down the boogie and play that.
This is Jim Coyle. When I'm not on the road covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 on the northeast side of I-65 at Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Bring the team in for that post-win meal in the family dining area or just meet friends for a happy hour. Bubba's has bold burgers, hand-tossed pizzas, mouth-watering wings, and a list of select local craft brewers for the coldest beer in town. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Burgers, pizza, beer.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
If you're a homeowner and have storm damage to your roof, you want a hometown contractor you can count on and trust. Brooks Roofing of New Albany has been doing quality work since 2006. Check out their work for yourself at brooksroofingin.com. No job is too big or too small, commercial or residential. Brooks Roofing is probably working in your neighborhood right now. Visit brooksroofingin.com or call 812-868-ROOF. That's 812-868-ROOF. Brooks Roofing, the protection you need when nature strikes.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, you want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you want to get your day off to a good start, then stop at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs. While you're filling your gas tank, you could fill your own tank with a hot breakfast or try one of Billy Joe's daily lunch special. Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart opens at 5 a.m. and everything is made fresh daily. And if you bring your own mug, coffee is only 50 cents. And Billy Joe's also has free air. The best place to start your day is at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs.
If you want the most comprehensive coverage of the Indiana Hoosiers, you need Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. Join us each Monday through Friday for interviews with the players and playmakers. Weekly guests like Don Fisher, Terry Hutchins, and Chronic Hoosier. We've got live reports from each game. No one gives you better coverage of Indiana athletics. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle is available on iTunes and Google Play. You can follow us on Facebook or at indianasportsbeat.com. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. We don't miss a beat.
Well, we're coming to your city. We're gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along.
Hey, welcome into Indiana Sports Beat post-Christmas edition. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you got everything that you wanted from Santa Claus. Justin Kalen, high top the crew chief's box, fresh off of Santa's lap.
That's right.
Hope you're having a good one. Thanks a lot for taking us along. Jim Coyle sitting in with you. Welcome back after Christmas celebration. We'll talk about all the gifts and goodies afterward, but let's get to the headlines first with Justin.
All right, here are your headlines for this Wednesday, December 26th, brought to you by Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart, located on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs. Touched on in the first hour, but Juwan Morgan with only the second triple-double in Indiana basketball history, 10 rebounds, 10 points, and 10 assists in a 94-64 win over Jacksonville. Thomas Bryant with a big night on Saturday as he went perfect from the field, 14 of 14 from field goal, 3 of 3 from free throw. The most buckets made in a game without a miss behind only Wilt Chamberlain. The Reds with a big trade as they get Matt Kemp, Yazil Puig, as well as Alex Wood. And the new top 25 sees Duke, Michigan, Tennessee, Virginia, and Kansas in the top 5. Indiana drops down to 23. Those are your headlines for this Wednesday, December 26th. Brought to you by Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart, located on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs.
And welcome back. Thanks a lot for taking us along wherever you're going, whatever you may be doing. Yeah, that was a huge, we were going back to last Saturday, but that was a huge day by Thomas Bryant. What was that one stat in revolving Wilt Chamberlain?
Bryant was 14 of 14 from the field, so that he was the second most field goals made in a game without a miss, behind only Wilt.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest names in the history of the game. That's unbelievable to put your name up behind someone like that.
So most field goals made in a game without a miss, Wilt Chamberlain, Thomas Bryant.
Unbelievable. Which it kind of goes along with the fact of Indiana's 2-point field goal percentage right now, too. They're not missing. So it's carrying over, apparently, to the Hoosiers and the pros.
Yeah.
Thomas Bryant.
It's a big game, 31 points.
That's a huge game, man. NBA game. That's an NBA. It's not a G League game either.
Yeah. Found his big boy pants.
Breaking out. Good for him. Got several. All of the Hoosiers that are in the NBA are having good years. I mean, Eric Gordon at Houston and Noah Vonleh's been playing well. Oladipo, of course. OG. Playoffs, man. Playoffs.
Eric
you
Gordon
want to talk playoffs?
Eric Gordon yesterday, by the way, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Right on cue. Houston's playing well.
Yeah.
They got good things headed. Who's going to win the NBA this year?
Who knows?
That's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
This is not the Warriors deal again where they're dominating. You're like, oh, God, it's going to be the Warriors and LeBron. Well, LeBron's gone. I think he popped his groin yesterday.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to do anything anyway because he's with the Lakers.
They're actually not bad. 20-14 is their record. Warriors are at 23-12. So they're only separated by a game and a half there.
The East is where it is right now. Philadelphia, Toronto, Boston.
Indiana.
Are those the three best teams?
Yeah.
Are those the three best teams in basketball?
No.
Who out of the West? Houston, Golden State.
The Thunder have been playing well.
And the Thunder. And the Thunder. That's got to be the out song next. And the Thunder. And the Thunder.
And you can't knock out the Lakers. I mean, they do have the best player in basketball.
Gone, man. LeBron's not going to be playing.
Just a groin. He'll be all right.
Is he going to play?
Eventually. He won't miss the rest of the year.
No, but I'm saying if he misses games, then that's games of loss.
Yeah. And they likely would be losses.
How about Philly and Boston going at it?
It's a good game. Did you watch it?
I did not. I wished I would have. I forgot. Is it Boston that always plays on Christmas?
Yeah.
Christmas extravaganza. I forgot. But it's a hell of a game. Did you watch it?
I did. Mm-hmm. It was a hell of a game. I actually watched a majority of the games yesterday. One thing I found funny is you had Milwaukee playing the New York Knicks in the first game yesterday. Man, were other fans in the East pissed. Pacers fans were irate that it was the Knicks playing on Christmas and not them.
Were they?
Oh yeah, it was Pacers fans, and then there was one other fan group, like Toronto maybe, pretty upset they weren't playing on Christmas.
Why the Knicks? The Knicks suck.
Exactly, and that was everyone's thing. Like, why are the Knicks playing on Christmas?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because where are they from?
New York.
What has the biggest TV market in the world?
New York.
At least in the United States.
I'll tell you what, though, Noah Vonleh looked good for the Knicks yesterday.
See, I told you. Hoosiers, man, they're playing well.
He had 14 points, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks. So good day for him.
Kyrie Irving had a good day for the Celtics as they beat Philly.
More like a great day.
Did you see I wish I could go backwards because there was a stat that they gave on his day, and I missed it.
I know he was the second highest total for a Boston Celtic on Christmas in terms of points at 40.
I think that may have been it. Behind whoever the first one was. That's the name I saw, and I missed it. Jimmy Butler, Irving's the fourth active player with a 40-point game on Christmas Day. That's what it is. Kyrie Irving, the fourth active player with a 40-point game on Christmas Day.
Jeez.
Why does that matter so much?
Well, Antetokounmpo had one yesterday, too.
But why does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
Or not him. Actually, it was hard.
Who cares if it's on December 25th as
Right.
opposed to December 23rd?
Right.
Really? It's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of like sports facts like that, but when it breaks it down to like the day or the time or whatever, that's when they get a little stupid. Like, who cares?
Harden had a big game.
Yeah.
For Houston, alongside Eric Gordon.
They're good.
They got a shot. They got a shot to go to the finals. They probably have a better shot to go to the finals this year than most.
I would say so.
Let's see if we can get Grant on to talk about that this week. Grant Afseth is our NBA dude. Maybe talk about that tomorrow. Don't talk about a lot of NBA stuff here, for obvious reasons, but not a lot going on right now.
You know what I learned yesterday?
I have no idea what you learned.
Hate
yesterday.
the NBA. Not a fan.
You just learned that yesterday.
Well, I mean, it's always been okay. But really watching it all day yesterday, yeah, there were so many things that just bothered me.
Like for
guys,
instance?
Guys taking steps.
Dude, did you not see the clip
shove-offs.
they showed last week of, who was it?
Oh,
he
James
took like
Harden?
5 steps.
Yeah, the shuffle back.
Yes.
Now, there was one play, and I don't know, maybe you can clarify this for me. I don't know if it's this way in the college game, which I'm pretty sure it's not, but there was a foul last night where Draymond Green went up, made the layup, and somebody fouled Kevin Durant as Draymond Green was putting up the shot. So they counted Draymond's bucket. Durant got to go to the free throw line for one free throw, and then the other team got the ball. So it was like Draymond had a 3-point play, but Durant got to shoot the free throw, and he only got one. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever watched. It's not that way in college, right?
Nope. Just dumb NBA.
Yeah. Agreed.
NFL's getting close to the playoffs as well.
1 week.
Your Steelers suck.
Get out of here.
They suck.
I'm the biggest Browns fan in the world this week.
Are they going to make the playoffs?
If the Browns beat the Ravens, Steelers make the playoffs.
Oh, good luck with that.
Or the Titans and the Colts can tie, and the Steelers make the playoffs.
Good luck with that.
Two not good scenarios.
Here's still alive. The Indianapolis Colts FPI playoff chance, 52.2%. They're 9-6 right now. They had a comeback against the Colts Sunday, and the Steelers lose. It puts the Colts squarely in the playoff picture. Their path is simple. A win in Week 17 over the Titans clinch a playoff spot, either as the AFC South champion if the Texans lose or as a 6th seed. The Chargers have been coming on, and the thing is, they're 11-4.
Crazy.
They're not guaranteed a playoff spot, are they?
11-4.
It's ridiculous. That's because they lost Saturday night.
They had their opportunity.
They had the chance to win the AFC West and to get home field advantage. And the Chiefs lost. They made it even easier. Now they need the Chiefs to lose again at home to the Raiders. Good luck with that.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah, not Baltimore, all right? Suddenly the Ravens have control of the AFC North. How the hell did that happen?
Steelers choke job.
Their win Saturday in Los Angeles, combined with the Steelers' loss Sunday, means they will win the division with a win in Week 17 or a loss by the Steelers. Who would have thought that a late December game involving the Browns would carry so much weight? And you know who's the quarterback for Baltimore, right? Starting quarterback now.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, Heisman Trophy winning Lamar Jackson, who how many people said would never play in the NFL? Who was that coach for Wake Forest that said that?
He's doing well.
He's starting on a team that is headed to the playoffs. Playoffs?
Unless they lose. I don't know what happens if the Steelers win, Ravens lose, if the Ravens still get in or not. It's crazy. I'm about to look up all the scenarios today, here later on today, because it's going to be a wild weekend.
Oh, yeah. Now, still alive are the Tennessee Titans, also at 9-6.
I think that game with the Colts just goes down to win and you're in.
The Titans' path to the playoff is identical to that of the Colts. Win against Indianapolis in Week 17, and they're in.
Yeah.
Either as the AFC South champion if the Texans lose, or as the 6th seed. Not only can you get into the playoffs, you can win the damn division.
This is Jim Coyle when I'm not on the road.
Either one of those teams can win the division. It's crazy. Pittsburgh, the Steelers almost have no chance to be a wild card. Their best path to the playoffs with a Week 17 win over Cincinnati combined with the Ravens' loss. They could theoretically be a wild card team if they win and the Colts and Titans tie. You're out. You're out.
May very well be.
Steelers are out. Now,
I'm not counting the Browns out, to be honest with you.
Now, is Tomlin out?
That'll be interesting. That's going to be a nice split, I think, among Steelers fans. Half of them want him gone, half of them want him.
Why do they want him gone?
He's just not living up to expectations. I mean,
this year,
expectations for Pittsburgh Steelers fans are crazy high.
What are expectations?
Super Bowls, year after year after year. I mean, when you have the most out of anybody, you want to keep piling those on.
Well, when you got a piece of crap running back that sits out and quits on his team, your starting running back that quits on your team.
What are you going to do?
You got quitters, man.
I mean, it was almost like the season was doomed from the start. So, it is what it is.
That dude, what a chump. Where's he going to end up?
Colts.
God, I've seen that. That would suck.
I'll bet you any amount of money he goes to Indy.
Let's take a break. That's depressing me already. When we come back, I think we're going to have Matt Weaver on the phone when we come back. We'll see. Stay tuned. Indiana Sports Beat back with more after this.
This is Jim Boyle, and I'm not on the road covering the Hoosiers. You can find me at Bubba's 33 on the northeast side of I-65 at Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Bring the team in for that post-win meal in the family dining area or just meet friends for a happy hour. Bubba's has bold burgers, hand-tossed pizzas, mouth-watering wings, and a list of select local craft brewers for the coldest beer in town. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Burgers, pizza, beer.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
If you're a homeowner and have storm damage to your roof, you want a hometown contractor you can count on and trust. Brooks Roofing of New Albany has been doing quality work since 2006. Check out their work for yourself at brooksroofingin.com. No job is too big or too small, commercial or residential. Brooks Roofing is probably working in your neighborhood right now. Visit brooksroofingin.com or call 812-868-ROOF. That's 812-868-ROOF. Brooks Roofing, the protection you need when nature strikes.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you want to get your day off to a good start, then stop at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs. While you're filling your gas tank, you could fill your own tank with a hot breakfast or try one of Billy Joe's daily lunch special. Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart opens at 5 a.m. and everything is made fresh daily. And if you bring your own mug, coffee is only 50 cents. And Billy Joe's also has free air. The best place to start your day is at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs.
If you want the most comprehensive coverage of the Indiana Hoosiers, you need Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. Join us each Monday through Friday for interviews with the players and playmakers. Weekly guests like Don Fisher, Terry Hutchins, and Chronic Hoosier. We've got live reports from each game. No one gives you better coverage of Indiana athletics. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle is available on iTunes and Google Play. You can follow us on Facebook or at indianasportsbeat.com. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. We don't miss a beat. Today's guest is brought to you by Bubba's 33 in Clarksville with hand-tossed pizzas, bold burgers, and ice-cold beer. Pizza, burgers, beer. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville.
Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat on this post-Christmas extravaganza, and we open up yet another gift. Matt Weaver.
How's it going?
Pretty good, buddy. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Did you get a nice Christmas? Get lots of gifts? Give fun things for the kiddos?
Yeah, when you have kids, it's more about them. So they had a good Christmas. So that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear that. Sounds great. What's going on in the world of football? Not a lot in the world of recruiting. The early signing period wrapped up last week. A great class for Indiana. A great way to go into the spring, a great feeling of confidence, of knowing you got some great signees. I mean, Tom Allen's got to be feeling really good right now.
Yeah, it's like we talked about last week. They got 19 guys, 19 signees, 20 if you count, Utah transfer quarterback Jack Tuttle. Really good class. They still got a little bit of work to do because they got 5 spots left to fill, but it's a dead period until I think like January 10th. It's a dead period, which means you can still talk to guys and message with them, but no face-to-face contact at all, anything like that. So it slows down a little bit, but obviously during the holiday season, this time of the year there's not a ton of recruiting going on, but they're still keeping in touch with guys, and I actually have a story out on the site this morning about Kamar Bell, a big lineman from Colquitt County High School in Moultrie, Georgia. That's down in southern Georgia. It's the same high school as current IU tight end Sean Bonner. He's a big offensive guard, center type, and he's really interested in Indiana and plans on making a visit. So, and there'll be more stories coming on some guys over the next few weeks who should be visiting in January.
Yeah, make sure you follow Matt at Peaks.com for all the complete coverage on that. But, Tom Allen has got to be feeling great going into this spring, especially the quarterback room with Tuttle coming on. You already have Michael Penix, which you're looking at, but there wasn't a lot there other than Michael Penix and Peyton Ramsey. It was kind of devoid because they had pushed up their number 3 guy as a quarterback. That's not who they wanted to be a quarterback. So getting Tuttle helps in a lot of ways, although they're still kind of one quarterback short, really, I would think, aren't they?
Well, yeah, ideally, in an ideal world, you'd like to have 4 scholarship quarterbacks, 4 guys that you feel good about. The reality is they're not there right now, and also in today's college football, it's tough to have 4 scholarship quarterbacks. Not impossible, but just because guys get antsy. We've seen it everywhere. There's a lot of schools where they're down to 1 or 2 guys because guys have bailed because they want to play and they're not the starter. So the fact that Indiana's going to have 3, guys that they recruited, 3 guys that they feel like can play, or at least have played some. In the case of Peyton Ramsey, for next year is going to be huge. Now in the spring, it'll be pretty much just Tuttle and Ramsey because Penix will be coming back from that knee injury. But once fall camp rolls around, everybody should be, 100% and good to go. So, while there will be obviously some competition this spring, the fall camp is when we're going to really see who kind of rises to the top.
And every school has competition, obviously. There can only be 1 quarterback on the field at a time. But with Michael Penix sitting there kind of in waiting, obviously, going through recovery of his injury, but he came here expecting, of course, to play. Tuttle also transferring in is not transferring for for fun, he's going to be expecting to play. That's going to be a hell of a battle between those two. And I know that I'm kind of putting Peyton and Ramsey aside, but for the moment, between these two guys, that's going to be a hell of a battle. Now, they're two different style of quarterbacks. Is there a chance that we see a two-quarterback system because Tuttle's more of a thrower, Penix is a thrower as well, but can also hurt you seriously with his legs?
Well, I think any coach would tell you they prefer to have one guy, and that's who you go with. The old saying is, if you got two quarterbacks, it means you don't have any quarterbacks, and that's not necessarily a negative thing. It just means you don't have a starter. You're kind of in limbo, and I think ideally they settle on one guy, and that's the guy. And who that'll be, we'll have to see. I mean, I think obviously Jack Tuttle's getting a lot of pub recently after signing with IU, his rating and how good he was coming out of high school. But Michael Penix isn't gonna lay down and just give up this job. That kid's gonna fight like heck. And obviously Peyton Ramsey is still there in the mix. But let's be honest, if it comes down to all guys are playing well and it's a talent, and talent is rises to the top, Ramsey's just not as talented as the other two. I mean, that's just the fact of the case, and if those guys play to their ability in the fall camp, it looks like it could be a two-horse race between those two.
Yeah, I think it could really elevate that quarterback room. That's got to make the receivers happy because both these quarterbacks have rockets for arms.
Yeah, they both can really throw, and like you said, that Penix is a little bit of a better runner, but I think Tuttle runs well enough that you don't have to really alter your offense. This isn't like when you had Peyton Ramsey and Richard Lego in 2017 season, and you were basically running two different offenses. The offense with these guys can be basically pretty much the exact same. Tuttle's got enough athletic ability that you can still do the read option stuff and those kind of things, and obviously he throws the ball really well, and so does Michael Penix. But it's nice to have competition makes guys better. There's very few human beings in this world that are so self-motivated that they can push themselves to their utmost limit on their own. You need somebody to do it for you, and bringing in Tuttle will really, really push Michael Penix and vice versa. Those two guys over the next few years are really going to push each other, and it should make the quarterback room in Indiana really fun to watch.
I agree. There's been a lot of talk about the Big Ten needing to possibly realign its divisions, with the Big Ten East being such a juggernaut. And there's also the fact that the ACC and the SEC, those conferences only play 8 conference games where the Big Ten teams are forced to play 9, and that really, really affects teams like, say, Indiana. If they were only forced to play 8 conference games and could add a 4th non-conference game, that puts you 2 games away from a bowl game, almost every year. That's such a huge advantage for those conferences over teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny, actually, before the Maryland game, I was on the field talking to, Matt Canada, who at the time was the interim coach at Maryland, and he mentioned how that's it's a challenge. And I mean, he was only in the league for this 1 year at Maryland, but he noticed it right away, the nine conference games, and it'll be interesting that they've done the schedules out. I'm sure you can alter them, but they've done the schedules out for so many years in advance with the 9 games. You wonder how hard or how difficult it would be to kind of change that around. I think it would be possible, but I think it's something that Big Ten probably needs to look into. I know it definitely sounds like they're looking into the realignment that you mentioned, because it's awful, top heavy on one side. The East is, are not even close to the better division, and they've got basically the 4 top programs in the Big Ten in one side. So I think it sounds like that's definitely something they're going to look into. But like you mentioned, the 9 conference games, it's not only tough on Indiana, it's just tough on the Big Ten as far as they beat, your top teams beat up on each other, and it's hard to get into that playoff. Now, you've missed it 2 years in a row, and that's a big deal. I mean, the Big Ten is supposed to be in that every year, and they haven't the last 2 years. For Indiana, if you could take off that 9th conference game and schedule, a very reasonable non-conference opponent, that really changes the outlook on your season. The other thing the Big Ten has done, and I'm not just saying this for Indiana, but you used to be able to play FCS teams, and obviously that should be an easy win for the Big Ten, but it's also hurt those programs because they really counted on those paydays, the money they got to play, Michigan or even all those schools played them. You wonder if they'll allow them to go back to that. I don't know if they will, but that would also help a lot of schools like in Indiana and Illinois, Minnesota, those kind of schools that struggle to get to those 6, 7, 8 wins.
Yeah, I don't see why the Big Ten even does it. If they're going to go the division route, which they are currently, why force teams to play additional games outside of the division that do no good, that have no bearing on conference play really? And all it does is hurt those teams that are having to do that when you're forcing a team like Indiana to play a cross-divisional team like Wisconsin. It just does them no good. It does the conference no good.
Yeah, and I don't know if this would have been the case, but that 9th game this year for Ohio State might have been the Purdue game. That right there, and obviously, if Ohio State was, that's a game that they probably should have won, but they got skunked. Purdue played terrific, and that was the game really that probably cost them. The chance at the playoff. I don't think there's any doubt about it because they won every other game. Now we don't know what would have happened after that. Maybe they would have had a loss somewhere else. They should have lost at Maryland, as we talked about. But bottom line is that game really hurt them, and maybe that was that 9th game for them. I don't know how the schedule was, but that might have been that extra conference game. And I think right there that kind of shows you that it's 8 games seems to be enough. That's my opinion, but Jim Delaney in the Big Ten sees it differently. Maybe they'll start to see it differently going forward and go back to the way it was. But I think the biggest thing is they need to balance out the divisions. Not for, you say it's easy from an Indiana point of view because they're in the tougher division, but it's just so lopsided. It's just so lopsided, and to have all your big dogs on one side beating up on each other, it hurts you in trying to get in the playoff. And to me, that's the biggest reason why they're going to switch. They're missing out on that payday of being in the playoff, and for Delaney, that's probably tough to swallow.
Yeah, the Big Ten has made more than one mistake in that regard lately. Going to New York for the basketball tournament last year, it was a cool thing, and it was very well received, but the things they had to do to accomplish that, this change in the schedule around it did. No one enjoyed it. Didn't work out. No one liked it from that standpoint. So that was a huge failure. And then these divisions, loading up all your great teams on one side, that's just a huge bad move. And then going to 9 games when nobody else does. What in the world were they thinking that could help them in that regard? I don't understand what was the benefit ever besides possibly getting another game on the Big Ten Network, maybe, which they should be able to do that anyway with playing non-conference games.
Yeah, to me, I would guess the biggest reason let's be honest, most of these decisions are shaped by the almighty dollar. That's why they did the Big Ten tournament in New York. It's a money grab. They're trying to increase their exposure, and obviously New York City and all that. It kind of backfired. That's New York has always been where the Big East plays theirs, and I know it's not the same Big East, but the Big Ten tournament, I think when they did it, I think they've had it in Maryland too, or D.C., I should say.
Yeah.
It's just not the same as when it's in Chicago or Indianapolis, and that's not being a homer. It's just true.
It is.
These are traditional Big Ten areas, and so I think this is all about money. But the problem is it costs you in the end money because you haven't made the playoff 2 years in a row, and that's a huge, huge payout the Big Ten conference is not getting by not being in it.
And now, if the college football playoffs goes to 8 teams instead of 4, does that change the Big Ten? Do they just leave things stay status quo if that happens? Which that's probably going to happen as well. They're probably going to go to 8 teams to divide the money out a little bit more.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because obviously if you had it at 8 teams this year, obviously Ohio State would be in. I don't think anybody else from the Big Ten was in the top 8. But there could be some years where you get 2 teams in. That's possible. Although maybe they'll just changing the divisions will be enough. It'll be interesting, if Delaney would go back on the 9 games, because that was something that he did. I don't know if he would, come up, admit that was a mistake. I think he's realized that the divisions is not working the way they have it set up. Remember they had the leaders and legends, and they got ridiculed for that because it was kind of silly.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That's another one. They've made a lot of boneheaded mistakes in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one thing you say for the Big Ten, at least they are proactive. They try to do things. Now it's not all has worked. And at the end of the day, the things that Delaney has done has helped in the school like Indiana, because they're getting a financial windfall that they normally wouldn't get. Of course, all the other schools are too, but it's allowed them to do things to help their program be more competitive than it would have been if things were the way what they were, 20 years ago when they didn't have just television money. But the bottom line is, let's be honest, a lot of decisions the Big Ten makes are made to benefit the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Penn States of the world, because those are the teams that are playing for the national championship, and that's, like I said, where you get your monster payday.
Yeah, I think that overall that the Big Ten has benefited everybody. That's why Rutgers and Maryland came to the Big Ten. That, completely honest. Again, one reason and one reason only: money. The Maryland leaves the ACC simply for money, for a payday, because of the Big Ten network. Now they have the ACC network that they're riding. You think Maryland wishes they hadn't left? I don't know. That's a weird deal.
I think some of their fans do. I think some of their fans definitely do, because that was a traditional ACC school. I mean, they were as ACC as Indiana or some of the schools that have been in the Big Ten for since the inception of the conference or are in the Big Ten. It's just I think some of their fans would probably like to go back to playing North Carolina and Duke and Virginia and the schools that they're in their region. But that money that they're going to get, and I don't think they got their full allotment yet. I think that starts next year, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be a lot, and I'm not sure what the ACC deal is as far as financial. But I would guess it's not to the level of the Big Ten at this time. But they have a contract. Even if they wanted to go back, I'm not sure they could. And even if you do long for those days, that big check with all those zeros probably makes you feel okay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it would be nice one day to see Maryland in the ACC and see a team in the Big Ten that should be maybe like Notre Dame, who's more suited, although their football alliance is what keeps them out of most major conferences. But they are a part of the ACC and everything, including football to a degree where they play 5 games a year, I think.
Yeah. They're not a full-fledged football member, but they're kind of, it's kind of weird how, they're kind of half in and half out. I mean, they don't play for the conference tournament, and they do play some ACC schools. They're still an independent, but they're full-fledged, like you said, and I believe in every other sport in the ACC.
I agree. Matt, thank you, sir. I hope you had a great and wonderful Christmas. Hope you have a great New Year coming up, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
Okay, guys. Take care. Have a good week.
Thank you. Matt Weaver from Peegs.com. Make sure you check out his coverage there, complete coverage of Indiana football at Peegs.com. Brought to you by Bubba's 33 of Clarksville. Pizza, burgers, beer. Great place to go have a meal, watch a game. Watch the IU game especially. We've got plenty more coming up here on Indiana Sports Beat. If you feel like hitting us up on the text line, do so, 812-269-6367. We'll be back right after this.
This is Jim Coyle. When I'm not on the road covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 on the northeast side of I-65 at Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Bring the team in for that post-win meal in the family dining area, or just meet friends for happy hour. Bubba's has bold burgers, hand-tossed pizzas, mouth-watering wings, and a list of select local craft brewers for the coldest beer in town. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Burgers, pizza, beer.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC paininfo. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
If you're a homeowner and have storm damage to your roof, you want a hometown contractor you can count on and trust. Brooks Roofing of New Albany has been doing quality work since 2006. Check out their work for yourself at brooksroofingin.com. No job is too big or too small, commercial or residential. Brooks Roofing is probably working in your neighborhood right now. Visit brooksroofingin.com or call 812-868-ROOF. That's 812-868-ROOF. Brooks Roofing, the protection you need when nature strikes.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you want to get your day off to a good start, then stop at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs. While you're filling your gas tank, you could fill your own tank with a hot breakfast or try one of Billy Joe's daily lunch special. Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart opens at 5 a.m. and everything is made fresh daily. And if you bring your own mug, coffee is only 50 cents. And Billy Joe's also has free air. The best place to start your day is at Billy Joe's Gas and Food Mart on Highway 150 in Floyd's Knobs.
If you want the most comprehensive coverage of the Indiana Hoosiers, you need Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. Join us each Monday through Friday for interviews with the players and playmakers. Weekly guests like Don Fisher, Terry Hutchins, and Chronic Hoosier. We've got live reports from each game. No one gives you better coverage of Indiana athletics. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle is available on iTunes and Google Play. You can follow us on Facebook or at indianasportsbeat.com. Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle. We don't miss a beat. This is Jim Coyle. When I'm not on the road covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 on the northeast side of I-65 at Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Bring the team in for that post-win meal in the family dining area or just meet friends for happy hour. Bubba's has bold burgers, hand-tossed pizzas, mouth-watering wings, and a list of select local craft brewers for the coldest beer in town. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Burgers, pizza, beer.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found.
Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat here on this post-Christmas extravaganza. Hope you got all your presents opened up. We got a little extra one for you here. I brought Justin.
Better, never mind.
Better than what?
I was just going to say, that's like the equivalent to a bag of coal. That's not a very good gift.
Kind of. Just got off talking with Matt Weaver. A lot of, this reminds me, there's just a lot going on with Big Ten football. The Big Ten is the only conference that requires teams to play 9 conference games. The SEC, the ACC, all those other conferences, they only play 8 or only require their members to play 8 conference games. Well, that doesn't sound like a big deal. It's a huge deal. That's, a lot of teams that are not in a bowl game in the Big Ten this year would be, if that wasn't the case. Indiana's one of those. Maryland's another one. Both finished 5-7 because they were required to play 9 conference games. And then you add to the fact that both of those teams play in the Big Ten East, coincidentally, which means both of those teams had to play Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, in addition to two teams and each other, in addition to two other teams from the Western Division. Which, it makes no sense to me. If you're going to go the divisional route like they are, and I mentioned this in the last segment, why require the 9 conference games? They're already playing their divisional opponents. That's 6 games right there because you've got 7 teams in each division, so there's 6. Even if you have 8, you're still getting 2 from the other side. So what's the deal with forcing that to be a Big Ten game as opposed to allowing them to play somebody else of their choosing that would allow them to get closer to bowl eligibility like the rest of the conferences do?
Which in turn comes around and helps the Big Ten in terms of money.
Absolutely. And if Maryland and Indiana were playing in bowl games, that money goes into the pot, into the bowl pot. They're getting nothing. Not only that, it helps those teams because they get another month of practice, which makes your conference better. Because now all these other conferences that are having their teams continue practice, getting better and better. They practice all the way up and through the end of the bowl. Then you got spring ball comes around. You're not off that long.
You got about a month off, yeah.
Huge difference in these teams and what they can get done. Ask a coach what 30 extra practices means. It's huge. The Big Ten is killing itself. They got poor divisional alignment, and the 9 conference games is just dumb. Dumb.
I agree.
It just serves no purpose.
And it kind of sounds like a crybaby type mentality that y'all can't win 8 games.
Who's saying that?
Well, no, I mean, I'm just...
Says the person playing 8 conference games?
Right.
Says the person not playing in the Big Ten East?
Right.
Yeah, I bet they are saying that.
Sure.
Yeah, why don't you have to play Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State every year guaranteed? Every year guaranteed. Now add on top of that a Wisconsin, a Northwestern who's in the Big Ten Championship, an Iowa, a Purdue. That's your 3 non-division games.
It's rough.
Yeah, you're not playing Savannah State. You're not playing Georgia Southern for that 4th game. You got to play a Big Ten team. It's a huge detriment to the league. It is not helping them in any way, stretch or form. They have screwed this division thing up from the frickin' start.
Yeah.
Legends and leaders. Ridiculous. That was the dumbest thing ever. Ever. That was the dumbest thing of all time. Then, let's see. How many great teams can we put in one division? Can we stuff them all in? I'm surprised they didn't put Wisconsin in there. Or I'm surprised that teams like Indiana and Maryland aren't required to play Wisconsin and Iowa each year.
Be brutal.
Yeah, Indiana moves off of the Wisconsin run and the Iowa run this year. Next year, you know what they get to do? Oh, they get to go to Nebraska.
They at least get Illinois thrown in?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You got Purdue. Purdue's a built-in one. So you only get 2. Purdue's built in.
Well, hopefully it's Illinois.
Well, this year it was Iowa and Minnesota. Both bowl teams. Purdue, bowl team. See, this is what Indiana has to face. Their non-division games against Purdue are a bowl team. Against Minnesota, a bowl team. Against Iowa, a bowl team. There's 3. Add Michigan. Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State. There's 7.
Versus,
7 bowl teams. They played 7 bowl teams, and that's just those that right there.
Versus Northwestern is the 3rd game next year. So, at Nebraska versus Northwestern at Purdue.
Big Ten champion.
Yeah. Awesome.
Purdue will be vying for the division championship next year. So they're going against that. Northwestern will have that quarterback from Clemson ready.
Yep.
So you got that. That's what Indiana has to look for. A team like that plays in the Big Ten East. It ain't the Big Ten is just setting them up for not for success.
Text in the show, Josh texts in and says, expecting Jim Delaney to make a good decision is like expecting the moon to drift away from the earth.
Very possibly. I mean, they certainly you got to give it to them on one hand. They certainly do try to do things as opposed to sitting still.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't do things just to do things, and I think that they have. I don't think that they put thought into some of these things. How can you not look at this and go, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, oh, no, that ain't overloaded. How do you not look at that and go, hey, dumbass, there's 4 of the top programs in the country in one division?
Well, and one thing we always forget is it wasn't done just for football. I mean, this was done for all sports, but
no, it wasn't.
Football is the biggest money sport.
No, it wasn't.
Sure it was.
Not done for basketball.
They don't use the divisions in basketball?
Not to my knowledge.
Really?
Why would you? It's a round-robin tournament. You play everybody twice.
Right. Yeah.
There's no reason, no need for it.
I guess I'm wrong. Happens a lot.
Not every sport plays every sport. I mean, not every team plays every sport. There's only 8 teams in soccer out of 14.
Good point.
So it just the 9 conference games, they could get away with the having the bad alignment. You'd have to learn how to deal with it, unfortunately. But the 9 conference games, that's what's ultimately killing people. Killing teams like Indiana and Maryland. You're just making it very difficult on them. I mean, because think about it. I've already mentioned the 4 big ones in the Big Ten East. They're there every year. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
That's something you got to look at every year. Those 4 in front of you. Every stinking year.
And you hate saying it, but you almost look at that at this point 4 losses.
Well, right now it is 4 losses. Until you can compete with them, and they're not competing with them. It is 4 losses. Now, is it up to you to get better? Well, yeah, of course it is. But you know what helps you get better? Making low-tier bowl games where you get 30 extra days of practice and your team is better, so in the spring you're better, so you can improve. Trust me, going to a bowl game is huge for programs. Ask anybody that covers football specifically, ask any coach. Going to that bowl game is huge. You get those extra 30 days of practice, which is unbelievable. The freshmen that they brought in this year to getting this extra month of practice, man, they're not freshmen anymore. It's a huge difference. Huge. We'll see if they make a change or not.
Speaking of freshmen, I think I saw Indiana bringing in 5 guys from next year's class early.
You talking about for football?
Mm-hmm.
For January?
Yep.
Not surprised at all. I know Tuttle's coming in. He's going to be getting up and ready. But you know, something that was mentioned, I think, at Tom Allen's press conference when I was up there, I think he said that Stevie Scott actually didn't get in until June last year.
Funny how that worked out.
Yeah. And he said, if you'd asked me because they asked her, one of the questions was, who can make an impact? Who do you think's seen an impact? You know, it's just kind of early. And because he said, I could be honest with you. If you asked me if I thought Stevie Scott could rush for 1,000 yards, no. No, I didn't think that. He goes, yeah, I'm surprised. So he's being honest there because it is too early to tell. But It's great that they do get to come in early because they start getting indoctrinated into the culture of the program and all that. So hopefully that'll help them out.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think. Tomorrow on the show, hopefully we have Dustin Doperak from The Athletic on with us. He covers Indiana for The Athletic. So hopefully we can talk to Dustin. And hopefully Grant Atheth is back from vacation. We'll get caught up on the NBA. We were talking about that earlier
He
today.
lives in vacation. Doesn't he live in Arizona? It is vacation.
But lots going on. This weekend, the bowl games are all kicking off. Got three bowl games today, and then they'll just continue as we get closer this weekend. The national semifinals, Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson, Notre Dame. Looking forward to them all.
Yeah.
It's bowl season. Nothing funner than just sitting around, big old bowl of cereal or popcorn.
I was thinking chili, but
anything. Chili, yeah, chili sounds good. From Sam, the rule that does not allow teams that go to bowls to end their practices is also one of the dumbest rules in the NCAA. I agree.
So he's saying you should be able to practice another month?
Yeah.
Regardless? I agree.
I think so, too. I mean, just because, yeah, you've already gotten enough of a reward.
Yeah.
You should let the team stay of even par. That's a good point. I actually agree with you, Sam.
Yep.
Good job. Thanks a lot for the text. That's going to pretty much wrap it up. But for us today, we've got plenty more coming tomorrow, like I said. Dustin on the program and Grant as well. Hope you had a great Merry Christmas. We'll continue the Christmas festivities this week. For Justin Kalen, I'm Jim Coyle, and I'll see you on the radio.